Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to another episode of Align Your Energy with Joy and Abundance. So hi, I'm Ellie Young, intuitive healer, mother of four. Welcome to my podcast. Today's one we're actually going to talk about shadow work. So I'll start off with a little bit of a story first. So yesterday, as I'm having a peaceful shower, often with me my guidance and messages come through when I'm having a shower. So yesterday the guidance came through to do a live reading. I've been doing some readings with my oracle cards and my stories, and in all honesty sometimes it, fear can kind of like get in the way. But anyway, the image of earth magic came through, which is the name of the oracle deck, one of the ones that I really enjoy. The image came through and I was like, okay, I knew I had to do a reading. So I sat on the grass and I do a reading. And the card that came through was iceberg. And the little caption is submerged, which was basically the message that someone needed to hear. And I know someone needed to hear that message. Is we repress so many emotions and things that our shadows, and we push them down. And like an iceberg, there's so much potential underneath the surface that we have not yet allowed to surface, to bring into this world our gifts. And that's what I want to talk about today. So today's podcast will cover 1, what is shadow work? Why is it important? We will discuss also how you can embrace your shadow, a step-by-step guide on mirror work, for using the mirror for shadow work. Mirror work is one of my favorite topics to talk on. If you check out all my socials, you'll see mirror work on my Facebook and Instagram as well. And also I'm going to chat to you about some great resources to be able to further your study in this area. So first off, what is shadow work? So the concept of shadow work, I became familiar with, say, 3 years ago. And I've been working on the shadow when I started my moon magic. Every full moon, I would get in touch with myself, I would have a little ritual, and I would think, what do I need to work on today? What is the illuminating moon showing me that I need to work on? What is coming up in my life right now? That's how I was introduced to it. Now, it's a concept that comes from the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, and it's talking about the shadow self represents the unconscious aspects of our personality, including our traits, desires, and emotions that are often repressed or denied. And it is really the secret to unlocking your potential to living your best life. So it could be repressed emotions such as anger, rage, guilt. For whatever reason, we've learnt that they're the areas of our life that are not so desirable, that we feel are not so desirable. So it really is the secret to unlocking your potential and living your best life. So why is it important? It's important because, as I just said then, it can help you unlock your true potential. When you're able to integrate your shadow self with your conscious awareness, instead of being driven by the subconscious self-limiting beliefs and emotions drive your actions and your thoughts, it becomes conscious and into your awareness, which then, by exploring and embracing your shadows, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. You'll be able to tap into your full potential. You'll be able to overcome the self-limiting beliefs. You'll be able to see what the shadow is telling you, all the messages and juiciness that it holds for you. And you can live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So, embracing your shadow, there are several steps of how you can embrace your shadow. So these are aspects of ourselves that you may have repressed or denied. It can recognize and accept the darker, less desirable parts of your personality, of your thoughts and emotions. And by doing so, you can achieve a greater sense of wholeness and self-acceptance. The first step to embracing your shadow is to understand just what it represents. It's the unconscious aspects that we've put down that we may find unacceptable or shameful, such as anger, jealousy, rage, and other qualities that we tend to suppress. So the first one, and you come back. Second, self-reflection and awareness. Engaging in self-reflection and increased self-awareness is crucial in embracing your shadow. This involves exploring your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior without judgment, just noticing. And by acknowledging these aspects, you can begin to understand the underlying reasons for their existence and how they influence your actions. So an example of this is, for me, an underlying belief that would become a reality is, I have to do everything myself. And then there would become a time, if you're a woman, you will relate to certain times a month where your tolerance is a lot lower. But because through the month I had been doing everything, there was no other expectation. And then I would be like, well, I have to do everything, I have to do this. And I'd just stop. And I'd be like, actually, I don't have to do this. I've been choosing to do this. And so you can kind of flip it around. You ask for help. You speak up. All these little shadows, or me when I would then feel resentment because I was doing more than, say, others. I was comparing, and all I needed to do was speak up. Actually, can you grab this, or can you do this? Encouraging the children to be able to learn those self-essential skills as well. I had kind of become like a martyr and getting used to kind of doing it all instead of speaking up and working as a team. And it's that teamwork and, say, working, with your sons. Masculinity, that masculine energy wants to know that you need them. And so my lesson was, being able to really involve my sons and my partner to be able to pull their weight and to be able to do things because I needed them. And when they feel needed, they want to help. But if you're just going around doing everything, you disable them. So anyway, that was one of my big underlying beliefs. And that stems a lot from my mum, who had to look after my dad, who was very, very sick. And so she did do a lot. And I think all those beliefs and those actions kind of filter through. So you can notice these shadows that come through and whether they are serving you, whether your actions and your habits and your thoughts and beliefs are serving you. And then there is the third step, there is acceptance and integration. So once you have identified and acknowledged your shadow aspects, the next step is to accept them as a natural part of who you are, because it is you. For whatever reason they're there for a reason. Avoiding self-judgment and criticism is quite essential during this process. Be kind to you. Embracing your shadow involves integrating these aspects into your conscious awareness without allowing them to control or dictate your life. When you just become aware, that's when you can start noticing, and that's when you can integrate, and when you can start making these little changes to create the life that you truly desire, because you're aware of how you react to certain peoples or situations. You're aware of certain habits. You're aware of certain thought patterns that may not even be your own. They could be from your parents, it could be from society, it could be from programming. And this really helps. There's also therapeutic approaches such as psychotherapy to be able to embrace your shadow. And you can work with qualified therapists if you choose. There's also another way to be able to integrate is creative expression, such as art, writing, music is an outlet. Even sport is an outlet for exploring your shadow self. And creative expression allows for non-verbal exploration of emotions and thoughts that may be difficult to actually verbalize and articulate otherwise, so it allows them to move through you. There are mindfulness practices, which is one of my best ones, is meditation for me. You can have meditation, yoga into your daily routine to help self-awareness and acceptance of your shadow aspects, and being able to just sit with it, sit with, say, grief when my mum passed, just being able to sit with it and allow it to flow, not engaging any thoughts, watching the thoughts come and go and pass and giving them freedom to move, not engaging in them, but whatever emotions come up, allowing it to come up, even if it is uncomfortable, allowing it to come up and flow, because, my love, if our emotions are not able to come up and flow as they need, they surface for a reason, to be felt, to be acknowledged. If they are not, they're either stored in your body, which leads to disease and illness, or they come up again and again each moon cycle. I invite you to start noticing, especially around the full moon, is it a common theme in your relationships, in your life, in your thoughts that's coming up each and every moon cycle? Just an invitation, become an awareness, become an observer, and bring it to your awareness. Another one, so this enables you a non-judgmental observation of your thoughts and emotions, and it gives you a greater understanding of yourself, of where it comes from. And you'll start to, when you remove yourself, you'll start to actually know that a lot of these thoughts come in when you're silent. They just come in anyway. You start to believe and realize, actually, these aren't mine. Actually, this story that I'm telling myself is not mine. I'm not the one saying all of this. And you'll notice that it's not you, and that's the power of creative change. Cultivate compassion is the next one. When you're embracing your shadow, it involves cultivating compassion and acknowledging and accepting repressed aspects of yourself. You know, it gives you greater awareness, it gives you personal growth. It can also give you greater empathy and understanding of where other people are at. And it can change your consciousness so you know that not everything is happening to you, it's happening for you. Our consciousness, we are never really a victim. Things happen, and for whatever reason, whether it's their own shadows or it's their own self-limitations or it's their own creations or what they're acting out of, when you really know yourself, then you have greater compassion, empathy and understanding for other people and where they may be at as well. And embracing your shadow can contribute to a deep inner sense of peace and tranquility as well, and your own authenticity. All that aside, the challenges that we can face with accepting our shadow self, these challenges are huge and are very, very real. It could be numerous, you know, even with all the numerous benefits of exploring your shadow self, confronting repressed emotions and traits can be uncomfortable, and they can lead to feelings of feeling vulnerable and unease, and societal norms and all the societal expectations may create barriers to fully accepting. As individuals, you know, sometimes we can fear judgment. For me, it was, you know, certain time, like that certain time of the month, I would, you know, every time I would feel anger or rage, I would stop myself being able to feel it, because I didn't want to be ostracized from society. I didn't want people to see me at that weak moment. I felt like anger was not something that could be expressed, and so I would hold it in, and I would not speak up, I would not speak my truth, I would just sit in the back burner. But then every now and then it would like blow up, especially that time of the month when I had not spoken up on all the little things that did not ring true for my soul, for me. And I didn't speak up when it didn't feel right, or for whatever reason. And it can be But now that I'm speaking up, and now that I am a lot more vulnerable, but I also know, and I tell myself now, actually I am supported. I'm well and truly supported, and I flipped it. I started feeling it, thinking it. Actually, I am well and truly supported. And if you're highly spiritual, something for me is being able to connect to my angels and guides and know that whatever reason or whatever is happening, I am truly supported already by my guides and my ancestors. I'm already truly supported. And I started telling that story as well, you know, I'm supported by, you know, like Dave and the children, I'm well and truly supported there. I started feeling what it would feel like to be supported. And that vulnerability, I started telling myself, I'm safe. I am safe to be me, authentically me, regardless of whatever barriers can be put into place. You can choose, and then you know, you work out who you can be authentic. You know, being authentically you, inviting in the people into your life who love you for you, your authenticity, that you can be true around. You will start attracting the vibe, your tribe of those who you can be the true you around. So yes, there are several strategies to embrace our shadow selves. Self-reflection and introspection are definitely crucial. And engaging in creative pursuits such as art and writing and music can provide so much healthy outlet for expressing and exploring these hidden facets. Seeking support from trusted friends, family members, and mental health professionals, or even myself as well, who are a Reiki Master, to be able to integrate aspects of your shadow self. Whenever clients come in with me with the energy healing, we talk about where I felt their body needing to suck in that energy, where their body's needing that healing. And then the next part, like depending where the feeling of the blockage is, the next part, there's insights into there, what they need to work on, self-belief or societal norms, or their own self-love or their self-confidence, where they're giving their power away. In a Reiki session, that's what we can tell as well. And then knowing, like if they're holding on to old grief, or if they're not feeling something, wherever my hands are intuitively guided, your body tells me. Every time someone receives Reiki, it's their body that's telling my hands, me, where to go. It's telling us, it gives us insight into where we're stuck, those limiting beliefs as well. So that aside, I wanted to talk to you also about mirror work and how we can use mirror work. It is so insanely powerful how we can use mirror work to explore and confront our shadow self. So here's a wee step-by-step guide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I write them down, 7. There are 7 steps for using the mirror to help integrate and bring self-awareness for your shadow self. So step 1, you're going to choose a quiet and comfortable space. Find a place where you can be alone, where you feel safe and comfortable. Could be a room at your home, a park, or any other place you have some privacy. Step 2, set up your mirror. Place your mirror in a position where you can see yourself clearly, either standing in front or sitting in it in front of you. Make sure the lighting is good and it's at a comfortable height. Step 3, center yourself. Take a few deep breaths and center yourself before beginning. So you can do this by taking a few moments to focus on your breath, your body, and even your intention for the shadow work. Look into the mirror is step 4. Gaze into the mirror and observe yourself. Allow yourself to see yourself fully, without judgment, without criticism. Take note of your physical appearance. Are you slumped? Are you shoulders up? How you're looking, your facial expressions, your body language. Have a look. Explore, and step 5, explore your shadow. As you look in the mirror, allow yourself to see any parts of yourself that you may have been avoiding or repressing. These could be qualities or aspects of yourself that you don't like, or you've been trying to hide from others, or even from yourself. Step 6, engage with your shadow. Once you've identified these aspects, allow yourself to engage with them. You can do this by speaking to them. You can write about them, or simply acknowledge your presence. Remember, your shadow is a part of you, and it's okay to embrace it. You know, for me, that shadow, I could say, thank you, resentment, for showing me where I've needed to speak up in my life. Thank you, resentment, for showing me actually I need more support. Thank you. And then whatever it is you are going to identify, and what message you may feel, you'll know what message the shadow is telling you. And then integrate your shadow. As you work with your shadow, allow yourself to integrate these aspects of yourself into your conscious awareness. This can help you become more whole and complete, and can help you understand yourself and others more deeply. So that was for, in your mirror work. And you are worthy. Like all of these podcasts, I'm going to remind you time and time again how worthy you are. Shadows and all. Integrate them fully. They're there to be felt, to be expressed, to acknowledge. All of these shadows have beautiful messages for you. There are the last 3 years in several moon cycles, or like 36 moon cycles. Every single moon cycle, whether it's the same repeated habits of, for me, it would be self-doubt, or it would be imposter syndrome. And my shadows were my rage and my anger and not speaking up, and then feeling like I cannot express those emotions, or that it's not okay to be too loud, or that it wasn't okay to feel angry about things and tell people it wasn't okay to speak up. These were all my shadows, and now I know it is okay. It's okay to, you can speak your truth in loving, kind ways. You can speak up in ways that will help your soul and stay true to you. There are ways that you can create. There are ways that you can love fully from the heart and be loved, because you are worthy of all the love. You are worthy of loving yourself. And you are worthy of receiving love. You are worthy of speaking your truth and seeing, being seen, and that inner tuition, your intuition. So here are some, if you want to explore more about shadow work, I've got 4 resources from you. I've got The Shadow by Carl Jung. It's Carl Jung. The classic book by the famous psychologist. He explores the concept of shadow self. We've got Shadow Work by Robert Bly, and it's a comprehensive guide to shadow work. The Power of Now, this is one of my favorites, is Eckhart Tolle. Being able to, you're a huge big observer, and living in the present moment, letting go of negative thoughts. And my favorite, my Bible, which I used every single month, almost daily, is Lunar Living, Working with the Magic of Moon Cycles by Kirsty Gallagher. So by incorporating shadow work into your personal growth journey, you can truly unlock the true potential to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So my love, what are you waiting for? Start exploring your shadow self today. I promise you, as you go through and you explore these, you will find little gems. And the more you embrace it and you bring it out to the light, the more you will find these beautiful gifts the gifts of you, your unique gifts, your more of your worthiness, more of your potential, more of your purpose. It is well worth the work. Looking back on my 3 years when I was just starting, I never ever thought I would be where I am today. When you do the work, it is truly phenomenal to start leading a life that you truly desire and that you deserve. You are so worthy. Mwah. Thanks for listening, and I'll chat again soon.